tau tua ma le au nanga le mo tau sa mo service station nei tona I matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga ese ese. Ai le ngata foi le ma tau te sia ke ina fo I lo ta vale. Siapa lah yang voice wow, mau lah ucapan. Apa itu yang baik Pak Olusa? Awalnya telepon, matu siapa lah yang voice mau lah ucapan. Mulu no posible fia, mua, tapi lah ucapan lepas out. Mua, tapi lah telepon ni time out tu inai lah ucapan. Malah bayang mulu. Mana tua fu? Matua I fasa ina, lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga papeni. Ota Samoa, ole mota mo Samoa. Mado te fia au na pe mo o Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Mama avenga le nei ma le Pacific Easy mo au tupe fa momoli Samoa au tapu ni ai ofisa mo le fava yaso fa nga nei lona wa una forward ta o le direct transfer a fai wa yesa membership card ma e fa nga ina le internet banking o le matua I faing o fia lava na le tipose mai lava lau se leni matu account o na fa atino le la foina o lau se leni mo a inga I Samoa e ia inga I tahu na fa maliina mo nisi fa matalanga le nei au una fo Bala au le telefoni o valu se lau o tasi o nono po le lua fitu ono fitu iwa fitu fa. Pe text mai fo ilo suafa I le valu tolu o.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Mama Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone and I just come straight to Mama Joe to do my shopping.
Ole si tulanga pitusili o tau. Ole la fo me o le patala o loa. Ona fa ngale fa tawa o loa e o nga mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai la sa so fu tawa e lisia sa.
Ni fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo fo voucher. Ila wana fa tau ma me te mga ai. Ile voucher.
Dai mo le talo pa voucher. Ua maua le apususi o se wa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo fie. A me se le te ferwa I mala telefoni. Tai mi uma. Ai lo la fo merkes. Ona ino le ta maore ainga.
Pa te tu lava le talo fo voucher mo le foi au nang fo pa tai. Ma lu la le tsam pai.
Pa tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Back in the game, homie, one more time. Been gone for a minute, but I'm back.
Ya se me le hago fai I ka kaubelangi Mahayale musika sinso usuai le pese Musika Samoa e ke fa apele
Talofa lava everyone, and thank you so much for joining in on today's show with Pea and Claudia's BluTable Podcast. As you can see, it's just me on my own today without my beautiful friend Pea. If you guys watched yesterday's show, Bea and her baby girl Talia were unfortunately admitted into hospital. They did not have COVID-19. They were in the hospital for other reasons. But good news is that they are getting discharged today, which I'm very happy about and so thankful to God for. They are returning home today, but understandably, Pea is not on the show today, but I'm missing her very much. And I know everyone is missing her. I know our producer Lemo is missing her too, because just before the show went live, he called me Pea. So that is a compliment though. I love it. But we are just going to give you a quick update on COVID-19. All of New Zealand will stay in alert level 4 until 11:59 p.m. on Friday, although Auckland will stay in level 4 until August the 31st. So if you're like me, living in Auckland, we are going to be in alert level 4 until next Tuesday. There are now 107 community cases of COVID-19 after another 35 were reported on Monday, 33 of which are in Auckland and 2 are in Wellington. Now, at least 13,230 individual contacts have been identified. The majority are close contacts, but guys, that is 13,230 individual contacts have been identified. I think that huge number kind of just represents how careful we have to be during these times. So guys, remember to stay home. Unless you're an essential worker, you don't really have much business being out and about. But 7 cases have been hospitalized, but none are in the ICU, which is good news. Now, health officials are continuing to investigate possible transmission within the Crown Plaza, with their inquiry determining 6 people were in the atrium walkway at the same time. Now, this list of locations of interest has ballooned to more than 400 location, guys. So head over to the Ministry of Health website to find out all the location of interest. It is a little bit scary, guys, but remember, as long as you stay home and if you are feeling any symptoms, make sure you go and get yourself tested. And guys, we are all in this together, so do not stress out. Now, I am gonna hopefully show the photo of the golden rules for alert level 4. The golden rules for alert level 4 are stay at home in your bubble. If you are feeling unwell, call your doctor or health line on 0800 358 5453. And if you are leaving the house, if you must leave the house, wear a mask and keep a 2-meter distance from others. Keep on scanning those QR codes. If you don't have your QR code scanner, remember to download it on your app store. I didn't say to download Tinder. Download the QR code scanner, guys. Now, wash and sanitize hands often and stay local and be kind to each other. Now, for today, guys, we do have Sonny Rivers, who is the Samoan Tourism Authority New Zealand representative. And I'm so glad he's joining us on the show today, because the light in my room is not agreeing with me. I am looking a little bit white. If you have met me in real life, I'm a lot more tanner than what I appear to be. But it's just making me miss the sun. It's making me miss the beach, and it's making me crave flying over to Samoa. So perfect guest to have on the show today, guys. We will be back after this short break, but stay tuned. For everyone that's tuning in right now, Bea unfortunately isn't joining us on the show today because she is being discharged from hospital with her daughter Talia. But we send her so much love and so many hugs, but we will be back right after this break.
Tau tua ma le au nanga le mot tau sa mo service station nei tona i matu. Ma tau te utuina lo ta vale, ma le tele o nisi o matu au nanga i se ese. Ai le ngata foile, ma tau te sia ke ina fo i lo ta vale. sepala ia foi suau. Mo lau tapan. A fai foi o vai pa o sa. A wala te pon ma tu te sepala ia foi e mo lau tapan. Mo lau no posila fia. Mua ta pe lau ta vale pe out. Nua ta pe lau telefoni i tai me utu ina lau ta vale. Ma le vaenga mulu. Mana tua fo e matua I fasa ina lo tau maftapa ai no fuanga fa pe. Hota Samoa. Ole mota mo Samoa. Ma do te fia e au na pe mo o Samoa. Maftaile fia mai. We'll see you again. God bless.
Talofa lava, everyone, and welcome back. Before I introduce our super extra special guest for today, I want to say a huge thank you to all our sponsors that continue sponsoring us, because without you, the show would not be possible. So a huge shout out to Pacific Easy, who are making money transfer easy to send money overseas, and Pacific 40. Now, they are currently doing a competition. So guys, you want to make sure that you are all ears right now, because with them, you can win $100 cash power voucher for your family in Samoa. So all you got to do is all vouchers purchased for the month of August go into a weekly draw, guys. That is correct. A weekly draw to win $100 cash power talofa voucher. So all you got to do is head over to www.pacific40.com and purchase a talofa voucher, and you would be into that weekly draw to win $100 cash power talofa voucher. And also huge shout out and thank you so much to Maota o Samoa, Seki Work, Stay Oriana, with all your beautiful garments, the Pacific Business Hub. Guys, if you are struggling during this lockdown, and if you are a business owner and need help, email the Pacific Business Hub, email Laura. They are a huge, fantastic help, and they will definitely help you out with all these, all your needs. But I want to say a huge welcome and talofa to Sonny Rivers, who is the Samoan Authority New Zealand representative. So thank you so much, Sonny, for joining us today.
Talofa lava, kia ora, Claudia. Thank you very much for having me. And it's a pleasure to be on the program, and really looking forward to discuss some of the updates in terms of tourism from beautiful Samoa. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much. And I know we had a bit of a laugh just before we went live, because I am exceptionally pale today. And you're looking nice and brown, and you have your beautiful Samoan t-shirt on. So I'm a little bit envious at the moment.
Well, that's all right, because that will give us more reason to look forward to the border reopening, and we can't wait to get ourselves back to Samoa and catch up with friends, and also enjoy some time off and relax.
Exactly. And for everyone that is tuning in, thank you so much. Hi to Sina, hi to Martin, hi to Hannah as well, and hi to Ines. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Sonny, could you please just give us a little insight on who Samoan Tourism Authority is and what your role is within that organization?
Yes, so Samoa Tourism Authority is the government ministry or the government agency responsible for tourism, for spearheading tourism activities in Samoa. This includes managing tourism activities and with a major focus on marketing the destination as a unique a holiday hotspot. So yeah, that's basically our role in the scheme of things.
That's amazing. Now, I did skip a very important question that I know all my viewers are expecting the answer to. Sonny Rivers, can you please tell us what villages you are from so that all these viewers can claim you as their cousin or brother or long distant relative?
Well, that's the beauty of being a proud Samoan, is like everyone is related. And yes, so I am from the village of Falifa, towards the southeast coast of Upolu Island, and only about 45 minutes drive from Apia, halfway between Apia and the popular Lalomanu Beach.
Yeah.
So my parents here also from Falifa. My dad has connections in the villages of Lufi and Fastotai, while my mom has also, she's also from Falifa, but also has connections in the villages of Satitoa, Saleaumua, and Notopue in Upolu.
That's amazing. No, I have made a mental note, and I've written down all the villages because I am going to visit them when I go, when the borders open, and I am honored and privileged to head over to Samoa, which I'm very excited about. But Sonny, can you please let us know, because I understand that Samoa Tourism Authority is all about kind of advocating about all the beautiful places in Samoa, but I understand it is a lot more than that, because you guys are also trying to help inject or inflate the economy, especially now that the lockdown is occurring. So can you please let us know what the main vision of Samoan Tourism Authority is?
Thank you, Claudia. Yes, so the main role of and the overall goals and objectives of the authority is to ensure the sustainable development and implementation of tourism in Samoa. Of course, that's the whole point of an industry such as tourism, is to ensure that the destination comes out as one of the most liked and the most visited destination there is, and of course with a focus on maintaining the sustainability of tourism, so that of course we also have an eye on environmental impacts while at the same time considering the economical benefits of tourism. So that's where we come in, and we also not just promoting the destination as a whole, but also giving a hand to all the tourism stakeholders, people from attraction sites, hoteliers, restaurants, and any other business that's within the scope of tourism.
Yeah. That's absolutely amazing, Sonny. And I got to give you a huge round of applause, because a lot of organizations nowadays are kind of self-focused, but with Samoan Tourism Authority, we can really sense the love for your community and the love for the island of Samoa. So could you please tell me what you are currently doing to help small businesses in Samoa now that unfortunately borders are closed?
Thank you, Claudia. We're as soon as we got hit by the COVID restrictions and then eventually the border lockdowns, we immediately saw that tourism will come to a complete standstill. And from then on, we started to look inwards and what could be done. Because obviously once the borders and international travel stop, that basically means zero tourism numbers.
Yeah.
And that's where our board of directors, our CEO and management came up with ways to work with the industry. And we thought that okay, while we're in lockdown, we might as well focus on what we've been working on the other side of things to improve, and that includes upskilling those working in the sector. And of course, looking towards ways we can help, with reopening safety measures, as well as giving a hand to some of the businesses that we've heard are clearly asking for help. So, of course, that's what we went out and did. But then, of course, there's also a number of other industries that the government has to also consider. And the fact of the matter is, tourism is not the only industry there is in Samoa, but we really do appreciate where we are at now, not only with the support from our government, but also the support from our donor partners. So, and we're really thankful for that, and we're really grateful that we've been able to contribute and assist our industry in times of need.
That is excellently said, Sonny. I'm just looking through our comments during this live, and it's literally going off. We're getting so many questions. So just like me, we have a lot of viewers that share a huge amount of love for Samoa. So I'm going to ask a question from one of our viewers, Hannah. She's asked, how can New Zealand and Australia government help with tourism once the borders are open?
Well, thank you very much for the question. It's really appreciated. And of course, I guess the very first thing that we need to consider and also discuss is, of course, the borders. Anything we talk about won't come into fruition until we get the borders reopened. But then, of course, we do really appreciate a lot of the support and help that our partners from New Zealand and of course the Australian government are giving us in terms of not just aid money but of course also support in terms of getting through all the hurdles of trying to get the borders reopened, because it's I have to tell you, it's not a straightforward kind of thing to just easily go out there and announce the border reopening. Of course, there's a lot of things we have to consider. Number one of those would be the safety and the health and safety of our communities. And obviously we've learned a lot from how the measles epidemic went down in Samoa, and I'm pretty sure that's where our government is looking towards. Is on the one hand, you're looking at trying to get everything back up and running as soon as possible, but then on the other hand, do we really want to risk getting COVID into Samoa? And given that we really need to be up to standard with the infrastructure in terms of managing any outbreak in Samoa, which is what we are currently working really hard on. And I take my hat off to the government that is the focus at the moment. And basically we are doing everything we can to ensure this happens sooner, as safely as possible with our partners from New Zealand and Australia.
Yeah. I like how you mentioned that it is quite difficult, because on one hand, you want to inject money into the economy of the island of Samoa, but on the other hand, you also want to ensure that it's safe to do with COVID-19 and lockdown. It's very hard because, unfortunately, we see what's happening in Fiji at the moment, for example. Unfortunately, COVID-19 has made it to the island of Fiji, and it's a very disastrous picture, and we feel for our brothers and sisters on the island of Fiji. So in the meantime, Sonny, as family members and as friends that are currently living in Auckland, or New Zealand, I should say, and Australia, what can we do in the meantime to kind of help inject money into the economy of Samoa?
Thank you, Claudia. Well, thanks for mentioning our neighbors and our friends and family in Fiji. I mean, we've had Fiji in our prayers, and it really breaks my heart to hear all the stories of what's going on there with the outbreak. Just yesterday, I actually spoke to a colleague from Fiji, and we kind of get a feel of what's actually happening on the ground, given that we are on the outside looking in. But it's really terrible. But we are trying our best to go ahead and safely open the borders. But of course, we do have to walk that fine line of and balance out the pros and cons and in terms of safety and where we should be going from here.
Exactly. Now, Sonny, we are going to head into a short break because we have exciting new advertisements to show you guys. But before we head into a short break, I hear that you have also partnered with Pacific 40 to bring us Hotel Talofa voucher. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Because it sounds super exciting and I want to get involved, and I'm sure all our viewers want to get involved.
Thanks very much, Claudia. That really is a great point that you've raised there. Pacific 40, the partnership that we've been working on, it's now coming up to 2 months now. We've been really grateful to have them, working with us, and of course our industry in Samoa. We're still working on signing up a number of properties, but the whole idea behind it is, in the beginning we saw that it was only retail, shops and in the villages and some in Apia, the city, that are signed up to be able to work on this voucher system, where people would buy the vouchers from here and they send the receipt number through a text message to their recipient or relative in Samoa. So we thought, hey, it should also work for the hotel. So and this should help us bring the hotels into the platform so that people have a broader, a selection of products they could choose from, and the industry needs it, and that's why we decided to bring in the Hotel Talofa voucher campaign. And we really ask, with our viewers, we really appreciate any support that we could get from you. Here's another way of you don't have to send the money direct to Samoa, but you could go through the Pacific 40 Talofa voucher system and a weekend getaway for a loved one in Samoa, your parents, an uncle, an auntie, or a friend. Just
or
send
me.
them that. Yes, and yes, definitely, and of course, I do have friends and family in Samoa that I've actually sent vouchers to, and it's a really straightforward and simple platform. You just need, of course, like any other platform that you use online today, of course, it'll involve a number of online payments. You go through either using your credit card or using the Polybase system. But the beauty of it is it's pretty straightforward, and the receipt goes direct to the number of the cell phone number that's linked to your relative in Samoa that you're sending the voucher to, and then they can go into the chosen hotel with the voucher to whatever amount that you sent, whether it's 200, 300, 400, it can go up to 1,000 tala.
Wow.
Yeah, so once
very lucky family members and friends there.
And the same thing we're trying to do is, we also trying to encourage our locals in Samoa, because they can use it as a gift voucher on a special day that they could send it to to a friend or a loved one to have that celebration over at one of the hotels. For example, have it at the the Langoto Hotel in Savai, or the Taumesina Island Resort in Samoa. And that amount, you could walk in with that amount and a receipt on the cell phone that the voucher had been presented to the people at the resort. And then you're free to use any service that you wish, whether it be an overnight stay of 1 or 2 nights, depending on the amount of the voucher, or you could, the relative in Samoa could spend it on food and drinks, or sometimes a massage, because you never know the benefits of getting that massage. I tell you,
exactly.
It's really beneficial.
Yes, Sonny, I gotta say you've got me very excited about this Talofa voucher, Hotel Talofa voucher, guys. So for everyone that's watching, we are going to go into a short break, but I just got to say, head over to www.pacific40.com to get involved with this Talofa Hotel Talofa voucher, because just like Sonny was saying, you can treat yourself, treat your family members treat your friends or treat myself and Bear to a beautiful overnight stay on the island of Samoa. You know, what a great, honestly, great impressionable initiative from yourself, Sonny, and from Falute, from Miss Samoa and Talai. But we are going to go into a short break, guys, and we will be right back. So don't go anywhere.
Telephone voucher is one of the most convenient ways that I'm finding now to do my shopping here at Farmer Joe, and my sister just sent through the voucher on my cell phone, and I just come straight here to Farmer Joe to do my shopping.
O le si tūlanga pitusili o le tāua. O le lafo me o le pepa tala o loa. O na whaanga le whaatau i o loa e au ngā mo le ainga.
I think it's really convenient for families overseas if they don't know how to help their families here. Then this is the perfect way.
Mai ai le sa sunga fua tau e le sia sa.
Le fia foi sa we mo mawina le foi au nang fo e ala mai le talo for voucher. Le wana whaatau ma me te mga oi ile voucher.
Tai mo le talo pa voucher ua maua le apasusi o sewa fine. So se paro loa fai ngo fie a me se le te wherua i mana o telefoni tai mi uma. Ai lo le lafo me le cash o na inu e leo tamao le ainga.
Whaftea tu lava le talo for voucher mo le foi au nang fo whaftai. Ma lua lava le taumpai.
Tai talo pa voucher. Teki talo pa voucher.
Right here, right now, we tread with care upon this ground. So please receive, then we'll be on our way. Take your time, easy does it, man. Believe it or not, it's okay to take it slow.
Talofa lava, everyone, and welcome back to Pea and Claudia's BluTable podcast. Unfortunately, it's just me, Claudia. So for those of you, please don't be disappointed. Pea is currently getting discharged out of hospital from with her daughter. She does not have COVID-19. They were they went to hospital due to other reasons. But thank you to all your prayers and your loves. They are now being discharged from hospital, and hopefully Bear will be joining us tomorrow. But I am very privileged and I'm very honored to have Sonny Rivers on the show today, who is the Samoan Tourism Authority New Zealand representative. And we're talking all things Samoan, island of Samoa, tourism. And it's a great conversation, Sonny. And I got to say, our viewers are absolutely loving you. There are so many comments in the chat, and I don't think we'll be able to answer all your comments, all your questions, sorry, just because there are so many coming through. But we had a very good question from Sina, who said, for those of us that don't have family members or friends on the island of Samoa, how can we help?
Yes, that's a really good question. Thanks very much, Claudia. Yes, in that case, I mean, this is something that we to be honest, we've just come across, and also we've had people in the past emailing us on ways we could, they could help, given that they don't have relatives or friends in Samoa. But one thing we do know is there are a number of organizations here in New Zealand that they could go to. I really need to dig that information out and share it with everyone. But yes, I do understand there were a couple of organizations and groups that had been doing fundraising that we'd be happy to share with everyone. We would really appreciate any donation you would think up. That you could go to and go direct to these organizations. You don't have to come to us to give us your all the gifts and all the money. But yes, we would really appreciate it, and we would be really thankful for all the support. Thanks very much.
I love that, Sonny. And as you know, everyone that's watching right now, I myself, I'm not Pacific Islander. I'm actually from South America. I'm from Peru, but I like to call myself honorary Samoan. But I'm very lucky and fortunate to say that I have a lot of Samoan friends and a lot of Samoan friends that have families on the island. So I can definitely help our community that way. But as someone like myself who hasn't been to Samoa yet, and I specifically say yet, because one day I would definitely be going over to the beautiful island of Samoa. Sonny Rivers, could you please paint me a picture on what I can expect when I arrive on the beautiful island of Samoa?
Well, firstly, Claudia, it's it's only a 3.5 hour flight out of Auckland, direct out of Auckland. But you should know that Samoa is a renowned place, renowned destination for number one, its natural beauty. I
Yes.
mean, we're talking about swimming holes, white sandy beaches,
Yes.
cascading waterfalls, lava tubes, caves, for
Oh,
people to
Sonny.
explore. And and of course, we do have a very unique aspect to Samoa, which is our 3,000. Well, it's well over 3,000-year-old culture, and that's what that's one of the things that we're really well known for. It's the unique Samoan culture, and that's one of the main reasons why we are a politically stable destination, is because of the roots of that culture and the strength that it still holds in our village systems, in our families, in our beliefs, and in our values. And then, of course, it's a place for adventure. I mean, once you get there, you could have the option to, one, relax, which is something you could do in one of our 4.5 star resorts. Number
Yes.
two, go out and experience the islands. As I mentioned before, a lot of activities to do, hiking, water sport activities, and a village experience with a family in the village. Immerse yourself in the culture. So those are all just a few of the things that you could you could do in Samoa.
Amazing, Sonny. I know that you speak English and Samoan, and I speak English and Spanish, but I feel like at that moment that you were telling me of all the beautiful things in the small to do in Samoa, we were speaking the same language. It sounds absolutely beautiful, Sonny, and I'm so excited for the borders to open and for me to finally get the chance to visit the beautiful island of Samoa. But Sonny, I might be putting you on the spot right now, but are you able to name the 5 top locations or places that you will recommend as a must-see when you visit?
Good question. I mean, as a representative of the authority, I mean, we're here for everyone in Samoa, for all the locations and all the attractions. But well, I guess you could probably say, because this is what we've now got listed on our website. So probably, as I mentioned before, number one would be, of course, the beaches. Everyone else have beaches, but you have to know that one of the beaches in Samoa, the one that's called Lalomanu Beach, actually got named as one of the top 10 beaches in the world. In probably
Wow,
a couple of
really?
years ago. I mean, this is a couple of years ago. I mean, not
Oh,
just recently,
still
but
completely valid though.
yeah. So it's a really popular place. And then number two is probably the Tosua swimming hole, the ocean trench, as some people would call it. It's been featured in a lot of our advertising collaterals and activities, as well as been talked about in the media, in the travel sections of newspapers, and of course online publishing. And then number three are the waterfalls. We've got some of the most beautiful waterfalls and most easily accessible waterfalls. I mean, you're talking about even just driving up to the waterfall, jump out of the car, straight into the water. You don't
Wow.
have to walk very far to get to it. Some of them are right next to the road. And then
Wow.
the other what number we at now? Number two or number three? I think number four. Number three would be check out the Fale experience. This is one of the things that we would really like for people to do when they go to Samoa. I've had the time to stay and spend the night in one of these Fales, and I tell you, it's an awesome experience. You're right there on the beach, just say about 40, 50 feet from the water. You go to bed at night
Wow.
and you're listening to the waves, and you wake up in the morning to the sound of the waves lapping on the shore, and it really hypes things up, and it really gives you that really unique kind of and very different experience. So every time I'd go there, I wonder, if even though I grew up in Samoa, I'm a Samoan born and raised boy, but I didn't grow up on a beach. I had to walk back in the day when we didn't have cars. I had to walk, about half an hour to get to the nearest beach in our village, and it wasn't as good as the ones that I'm naming here in in this podcast. I mean, you can easily access it because it's a coastal village that I grew up in, and yes. So in case I don't want to drift off too much, but yes, the beach folly experience is something that you really need to take up. It's not expensive. I mean, you're looking at $1 million night view, for only about $50 New Zealand a night. That comes with breakfast and dinner. I have to
Really?
Yes. It's but the thing is that you're getting your experience there in the village, what really is to be in Samoa, and immerse yourself in the Samoan way of life. And also, the people running the beach valley, they're not really serious about what they, because it's a relaxed atmosphere there. So they're just taking it slowly and at their own pace. So they look after you as if you're one of the family. So there's no need to go into all the bureaucratic, emailing confirmations and all that to set it all up. You just need to rock up and book yourself a fali.
Oh my God, that's amazing. And I gotta say, Sonny, I could not agree with you more that Samoan people, once they kind of warm up to you, and not even then, they just treat you like family, because I gotta say that the team at Blue Wave, they really treat me like family. They're always making sure that I have had food. First and foremost, have enough food. That I'm always taken care of. Especially when we finish like late at night, they always make sure that I get to my car safely. So I cannot agree with you more when you say that Samoan people culturally treat you like family. So for everyone that's watching that isn't Samoan and that hasn't gone to the island of Samoa yet, you have to experience this feeling of having people that you haven't met yet or haven't met enough treat you like family. And Sonny, I'm gonna say you are a rock star, because we have a lot of comments in our chats.
Thank you.
And I just want to say sorry for everyone whose question I haven't gotten to. But Sonny, I just want to say, there are a few people in the comments saying, mentioning that they are going to start building a boat, to start canoeing out to the island of Samoa. So I think you've painted a beautiful picture of what to expect. Sonny, I'm just going to let you know that at the Blue Wave team, we are currently doing a cooking competition, right? And all my colleagues tell me that everything tastes so much fresher and so much sweeter and so much more delicious when you eat it on the island of Samoa. Is this true?
That is 200% true, Claudia.
Wow.
And coming from someone who'd been living here for the past 6 years, working here, every time I go back to Samoa, you instantly find that there's a huge difference between, especially the seafood. Because every time I go there, that's the first thing I go for. It's the raw fish in coconut cream and and lemon and a couple of veggies. But yes,
that's absolutely delicious. So I was saying, at Blue Wave, we are currently doing a cooking competition. So each member of the Blue Wave team has to come up with a different dish to cook, and we have to make a little video to prove that we actually cooked that dish. But Sonny, now that I have you on the show, what would you call, can you give us any recommendations on certain Samoan dishes that we can cook that will definitely win that competition if you are a Blue Wave member?
I guess probably the best and probably the easiest one is the oka.
Yes.
And speaking of oka, I've got my oka in the fridge.
Oh, yum!
that I cooked last night. So that's, as I say, that's my favorite, and I highly recommend people to try it out. There's lots of different recipes on doing that. Probably most of them are on YouTube, but yeah, it's a really awesome, and you can add your own taste to it and your own different ingredients, but it all comes down to having those main ingredients, which is the raw fish, the coconut cream, and the lemon.
Oh, absolutely delicious. Do you know what? An interesting story is, I don't know if it actually is interesting, but I'm from Peru, and we actually have our own version of oca. And instead of using coconut cream, we actually just use lemon. So maybe I will cook that, and maybe that will win the competition. Who knows?
Yeah, because I say that it's the coconut cream is one of the the main ingredients in a lot of salmon dishes. So that's why it's no surprise it's in that dish. So yeah, awesome stuff.
And I've actually heard that a lot of Samoan and Pacific Island females actually use coconut oil in their hair. And that is why the hair is just absolutely so beautiful, so thick, and so luscious. Is that true, Sonny?
That is definitely true. It's coming from the tree of life. So yeah, that's why it's called the tree of life.
Amazing. And for Sonny, I got to reiterate that we have a lot of people commenting their questions in the chat, but unfortunately we do have to wrap up the show, so we won't be able to answer all your questions.
Thanks very much.
But the good news is that Sonny Rivers, Samoan Tourism Authority New Zealand representative, will be joining us every Tuesday. So guys, remember to tune in every Tuesday to ask your questions. And Sonny, we are just so grateful that you will be joining us every Tuesday. So thank you so much. But before we wrap up today's show, do you have any final words?
Thank you very much. I mean, it's really great to have this platform, and thank you once again for tuning in, everyone. It's really appreciated, and we can't wait to get you to Samoa, and our team in Samoa, as well as the rest of Samoa, are just sitting and waiting on that very first flight where people, would be started to welcome back into Samoa. We're sitting there and waiting with open arms. We can't wait to see you again soon. Thank you very much once again for your help and support.
Definitely. Thank you so much for everyone that's already supporting and helping out the beautiful island of Samoa. And if you guys want to help out, head over to www.pacific40.com and get involved with the competition, because they will be weekly giving away a $100 cash power voucher. So all you got to do is just purchase a talofa voucher and of your choice. So it can be $30 all the way to $100, $200, whatever you decide. But I am definitely very excited for the borders to open, because I cannot wait to head over to Samoa and visit all these beautiful places that you have mentioned. And I am especially excited to get my tan on, because like I mentioned, the lighting in my room is not exactly agreeing with me today. Just the joys of lockdown. And so I'm looking exceptionally pale today. But thank you so much again, everyone, for joining in today. We will be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. guys, and hopefully my beautiful co-host and beautiful friend Pea will be able to join us. Thank you so much for all your prayers and love, and thank you again to you, Sonny Rivers, for joining us today. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day today, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.
Sully, ever might busy, fica might busy. Back in the game, homie, one more time. Been gone for a minute, but I'm back. Fica might busy, keep on the shit. So we'll feel down, fight busy. The leg up, I see it, I it's fun. Fica might busy, keep on the shit. So we'll feel down, fight busy. The leg up, I see it, it's fun.
Ya se me le hago fai ika kau belangi mahayale musika so suai le pese musika Samoa e ke fa apele.
Squad, baby. Rex, Jay Sands.
Oh, say I'm a say you are complete to me, I get you. By the way that you move and the way that you smile. Say, oh my Dorima, baby, you be giving your hand, I'll take you anywhere. You give me something that I never had. Cause you care, but about to me and the family. Say, why you waiting for me to talk to you? Yeah, I'ma listen what y'all say. Yeah, don't move in and come here. Yeah, they on the nail, to dirty wine, girl, dirty wine. Yeah, say, tama in and not the pipe, say.